Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Silver still on the rise, up 50 cents. Look at this trajectory rate, up almost to the $18 range. What are we going to see? What is coming next? Is there going to be a correction? Is there going to be a dip coming as people start to sell off? I don't know. It's looking bullish. I have a couple articles that are going to explain how bullish and also what's happening to silver going off of yesterday's video. If you missed it, I posted it last night. It's a banger. That video is doing extremely well. You definitely want to see it. It's talking about how silver is basically gone. Silver is vanishing. And this is going even further, a step further from that. Because, yes, there's a problem with the supply and demand, but that's one of the most influential factors that pushes prices higher. So before we jump into this article talking about supply crunch pushing silver prices to 3-month highs, the gold to silver ratio is at 101. So silver is outperforming gold. You can see gold is down right now as silver, platinum, and palladium are up. Where do you think prices are headed? Let's check the 1 month. Look at this escalating price. It was down to look at the 3-month though. If you want to talk about escalation, it got down to $11.75, and now it's up to $17.30. Gold to silver ratio is at 101, meaning it takes 101 ounces of silver to equal 1 ounce of gold. It's looking good. Looking like silver is the place to be, and I think more people are noticing that. My videos are getting a lot more views, which means people are paying more attention to it. A lot of new eyes, new investors, new money, which also is going to push prices higher as well. So if you love silver, make sure to smash the like button. Let's see if this video can get 200 likes. You guys have been killing the like goals recently. 200 likes should be peas in a pod compared to what we've been getting lately. So please like the video if you love precious metals. It supports the channel so much. So anyways, supply crunch pushing silver price to 3-month highs. We definitely know supply and demand is the most influential factor. So if there's a low supply, high demand, it shoots the price up. So all eyes are on silver as prices are starting this week with some robust follow-through buying after Friday's breakout session. In a comment to Kitco News, Philip Strable, chief market strategist at Blue Line Futures, said that the perfect storm of increased investment demand and a falling supply is expected to continue to push silver prices higher. So it's looking like we are even more bullish on silver. And yes, I have another article I'm going to share with you guys too, talking about how an economic tragedy will send prices to $21.93. So May silver prices last traded $17.51 an ounce, up 2.5% on the day. Sunday's rally follows silver's 5.5% jump on Friday. Silver futures are trading at their highest level since late February. The precious metal has now recovered all of its loss from the March sell-off. Strable noted that the Silver's Friday rally picked up new momentum after the release of the Federal Reserve industrial production data from April. The report showed that industrial production dropped 11.2% last month, the most significant drop in report's century-old history. So in the last 100 years, we've never seen production drop this much. Obviously, it's from the virus outbreak, but silver supply is diminishing. Silver is vanishing. One of the report's components showed that mining output, including gold and silver production, dropped 11.2%, the sharpest monthly decline in history. Nobody really talks about the mining numbers in this report, but someone was obviously watching it, said Strable. The data points to tightening physical supply. Silver prices are going higher because the market is getting a lift from all different angles. Everything is influencing silver's prices. With silver prices back over the $17 an ounce level, Ole Hansen, head of commodity strategist at Saxo Bank, said the next critical resistance level to watch out is for $17.50, and it looks like that's where the resistance is right now. He added that silver has room to rally as speculative interest in the precious metal had been declining since early March as investors shed their bullish silver bets as the virus outbreak pandemic was impacting the global economy. We have to contemplate the risk of a second wave of the virus in the second half of the year, together with a developing Trump versus China blame game. With these developments in mind, we see a risk of renewed stock market weakness, a stronger dollar and Japanese yen on safe haven demand. Precious metals look set to rally further on safe haven and diversification demand. Although speculative investors have been reluctant to hold silver, in silver-backed exchange-traded products remains robust. Apart from the small dip in March, ETF investors have been continued buyers of silver ETFs since January. Total holdings have reached a record 98 million ounces, he said. So, right now, everything is pointed towards higher silver price, and they said that. They mentioned there's many different angles. There's different angles that are all looking like gold and silver. More specifically, silver is going to be pushing higher. So anyways, here's the next article. The link to this article will be in the description as well, talking about how an economic tragedy will send silver to $21.93. Several industries will become completely transformed by this virus and its aftermath. We anticipate that a global basis, 23% of restaurants will never reopen. That's a major turn-off event. It's a major turn of events. On top of that, we expect tourism and air travel will take around 5 to 7 years to recover from this problem and that they're facing. Tens of millions of jobs worldwide will be lost for good. The notion that a vaccine is the correct formula to solve the issue is in our healthcare system as well as in our economy. It's a pipe dream. If we ignore for a second the lack of responsibility in rushing the process of approving a vaccine, which is borderline insane, since you're injecting a cocktail of ingredients into a healthy body, with the likelihood that our system will either reject it or worse, be negatively impacted by it, the whole thing is 12 to 18 months away, and that's without understanding that quantities will be super limited anyways at first, which is definitely true. As a family man, as a businessman / entrepreneur, or as an employee, a saver or an investor, and in general as a citizen in the country you reside in, waiting for a vaccine is political talk, but it's really not a top priority at all. Society needs to immediately tackle head on two problems we face: health and finances. Quarantine was a solution that was excellent in January, before the virus doubled every couple of days. Governments enforced it 2 to 4 weeks too late. They stopped the hospital overwhelm emergency, but they failed to contain the spread when it was all possible, or when it was still possible. China was, to many outsiders, criminally negligent in alerting the global community about this and too slow to act domestically. Note that the whole thing happened in January, which is the Chinese New Year, a holiday that sees 70 million tourists leaving China for other countries, and historically the prime month for this virus to spread. The U.S. did close borders with China early on, but kept the European borders open, which changed the fate of America's dealing with the disease. When something doubles every couple of days, when a virus spreads exponentially, you don't want to flatten the curve as your main solution. If a curve is shaping up, it's because you're already late. What you really want is to crush it before a curve develops when there are only a few patients at loose. That opportunity is gone forever. There's no need to point fingers, though. In my life, I've reasoned that finding blame is dealing with the past, while on the other hand, taking responsibility means choosing to react to the present and mold the future, not dwell on the past mistakes. And that's definitely true. The blame game is all irrelevant. We need to focus on what we can do about it. The government can implement many plans, all of which, both good and bad, have one thing in common: they cost money, lots and lots of it. The reason President Trump wants negative rates is because it's essentially a tax cut. If a government paid to borrow money, it doesn't need to raise taxes to fund its programs. The problem is that with negative rates, all developed countries are running deficits that are going to become a part of public debate once inflation heads higher in the next few months. Even after the millions that are temporarily out of work return to their jobs, there are millions more that will be a part of entire sectors which the government could not and should not bail out, since they're dead businesses. It's not a popular topic to tackle, but many people will be a part of the great reshuffling, which means they'll have to be retrained and join different positions within their industry or reinvent themselves. The economy will contract. It could be a scenario that is handled properly and we bounce back quicker than you think, but it also is one that could be mismanaged, therefore very painful. The Federal Reserve can cushion the blow by becoming a lender of last resort and a buyer of last resort, but that's not where solutions arise from. That's the airbag that opens and keeps you alive. It's not the ambulance or the doctors that rehabilitate you, metaphorically speaking. In the reality we are entering, the need to work together in unison, sharing information, not making politically focused decisions, and not trampling over people's basic freedoms, it's critical. Since we see much room for abuse of power, we are expecting a far weaker dollar, mostly because of the resumption of money velocity. In the environment, silver has a 25% upside short-term potential, which put it at $21 an ounce or somewhere thereabouts. And I definitely think it can go a lot higher. I think it can go a lot higher than $21.93. I think silver has potential that people don't really understand. So, anyways, I'm curious what you think about all this. Where do you think the prices are going to be headed in the short term, in the medium term, and the long term? Do you think that the longer this virus or vaccine it becomes formed, the harder or the more damage is going to be done, the higher silver prices go? I'm curious to hear your side of things. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. We have a like goal of 200 likes on this video. I know we can reach that. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.